There was a period in time that I want to leave business completely. After spending 15 years in the bridal industry, weddings stopped feeling that magical to me for a period of time. I was constantly weighed down by the operations, the staff management, the client relations, and all the costs. Over the years, I have started some businesses, I've purchased some businesses, sold some businesses, and even closed a couple. I became so overwhelmed that I forgot why did I even start a business in the first place. And after leaving Singapore and having the chance to step back and look at how things work now, I started to look at things a little bit differently. Hi, my name is Kelly, and I have spent the past 15 years building wedding businesses in Singapore. Now over time, I have learned so much about weddings that I've realized that a wedding is really just about the wedding for the brides. It shows her identity, her insecurity, her need for validation, her love, and even her self-worth. 2 years ago, I left Singapore with my family, and walking away from the operations of my business kind of gave me a little bit more time to observe how things really are. What people think when it comes to wedding dress purchases is that it can be really straightforward. Brides have a dream dress in their mind. They go into a bridal boutique and ask for a dress that will suit their silhouette the most. They then get a purchase, which is completely not the case. Wedding dresses, they are really emotional purchases. And over the years, I've seen so many brides being stressed up about things that's everything but the wedding dress itself. For example, we've seen some brides who's really in love with a wedding dress, but they don't quite end up purchasing the wedding dress because they started to worry about whether or not their mother-in-law, their friend, their husband, and their friends' opinions about the dress. Brides, they pay for reassurance. They pay for finally feeling beautiful enough. And I've met thousands of brides over the years, and I've come to realize that a good bridal consultant is not just about helping bride getting in and out of dresses. A good bridal consultant manages the bride's emotion. And I think that is why the wedding industry can be so emotional exhausting. Because unlike normal retail, in the bridal retail, you're dealing with some of the most emotional, intense period in a human life. When people find out that I was doing bridal, they often look up at me and say, "Oh wow, what a beautiful job that you're doing. You're looking at beautiful dresses, you've got a wonderful boutique, staff working for you, and the most important thing, you have the happiest clients ever because they are getting married." And that is true, but not true as well, because most of the time we're actually dealing with some of the most demanding customers. I get asked questions like, why are the wedding dresses so expensive over the years? But what people don't see is things that happen behind the wedding dress. Things like storage of the wedding dress, the cleaning, the alterations, the staff costs, the expensive rentals, and the dresses that we've purchased but never get sold. And of course, the emotional labor that comes with the job. Now, a bridal industry carries a lot of emotional pressure that most industries don't. Because when a bride shops for a dress, she didn't come just for the dress. She's got the entire wedding planning stress in her head while looking for her dream dress. And I think that this emotional responsibility stuck with me a little bit more than I realized through the years. Leaving Singapore and stepping away from the business kind of changed my perspective a little bit. When I was handling things day in and day out, I was focused more on how do I survive all the operation stuffs. And stepping away kind of helped me see things more clearly now. Happier brides are rarely the ones that spend the most money. And some of the most simple weddings tend to produce happier brides. And I think this might be related to the social media. brides stop asking if this dress makes me happy. But instead, they start to think about how my friends, my family, or what people will look at me when they see me in this dress on IG. So you might ask, why this channel now? Now, I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but when I was still running the business day to day, something didn't quite sit right with me to run a YouTube channel. I feel that my opinions were more skewed towards the business owners and less fair for the brides. And moving away from the wedding industry for 2 years, I feel that I am now ready to share my knowledge with everybody. My opinions are going to make so much more sense now. Being 15 years in business, it's made me realize that doing bridal businesses is more than just a wedding itself. It teaches me human psychology, how brides do emotional purchases. It taught me about luxury branding, entrepreneurship, the relationships, and why humans want to feel chosen, seen, and validated. And I think that is what my channel is going to be about. So if this is something that you are interested in, please follow me.